Hello YouTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Hourly. Today I'm going to be doing my monthly recommendations and this month's topic is science fiction. I'm so excited, you guys. If you are not familiar with monthly recommendations, it is hosted by Trina at Between Chapters and Kayla over at Kayla Rain. And basically, they just give us a topic every single month, and we recommend books based on that topic. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, of course, we have the two most obvious that are my favorite that I talk about all the time, which is Cinder by Marissa Meyer and Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So I won't talk about those much because I know that you guys know that I love them, and they're very, very popular books. So you guys should just go read them because everyone on BookTube says so. But another one of my favorite series that has science fiction in it is the Pendragon series by DJ McHale. I also talk about this series quite a bit, but it is highly underrated, so I like to mention it as much as I can. These are the two books that have science fiction in them the most, and the reason why it goes from book to book is because in this world, in the Pendragon series, there are travelers, and they travel from world to world, and all the worlds are different. There is a world entirely covered by water. There is a world that is ruled by cats. There is a world that is very high-tech and technological, which is in the reality bug. It's called Velox. And then in this one, we go to the past of our world, which is Earth, and in order to fix the problem that we're having in the past of our Earth, we go to the future of our Earth, and that's where the science fiction kind of comes into play in this one. And the future of our Earth in this book, in this author's point of view, is fantastic. It's really good, and I really feel like the Pendragon series has a book for everybody because all the worlds are so different and they're just so interesting, and each one is extremely unique. Nothing overlaps in any of the worlds, and in order to create these 10 different unique worlds, DJ McHale has the mind of a genius because I don't know how he could have come up with such different, vast worlds and backstories and histories for all these different books. It was insane. This is a great series, and like I said, it has a book for everybody, especially science fiction. Next, I want to recommend Stitching Snow and Spinning Starlight by R.C. Lewis. Both of these are science fiction retellings of fairy tales. Stitching Snow is, of course, Snow White, and Spinning Starlight is, I believe, the 12 swans or the 8, something with swans. I don't remember the exact, fairy tale that this one retold, but they're both science fiction and they're both excellent. If you are a fan of Cinder, you would of course love both of these because Cinder is a sci-fi retelling, and I really enjoyed both of these stories. In Stitching Snow, we have our main character who is a mechanic, again, very Cinder-esque, and she has 7 little androids, or dwarves, that help her do all of these mechanical stuff, and they have their own little names, and it's, adorable, and I love this story. I read this, 3 years ago, so I can't remember the exact plot of it, but I remember falling absolutely in love. And Spinning Starlight follows a girl who has 3 older brothers, I believe, and they have all gone missing, and they are the heirs to her family's fortune and business, and she starts to feel like someone is trying to sabotage her family's business and kind of take it over, and so it's about that, and there are wormholes in different galaxies, and it's super cool. Both of these were great science fiction novels. Next, I'm going to recommend 2 graphic novels that I really love that are science fiction, and these are Tokyo Ghost. This one is Tokyo Ghost, and then Descender. And Tokyo Ghost is a futuristic society where technology has basically taken over the world, and people are addicted to technology that you could inject into your skin, and it's about our 2 main characters who are in love, and they're trying to find this city of Tokyo that is a technology-free haven to kind of get away from all of the crap that's going on in the rest of the world, because people have basically ruined it, but they don't care because they're so addicted to technology. This is really good. And Descender is futuristic as well, but it's about several galaxies that have gotten together a couple decades before the series actually starts, and they destroyed all of the robots and AI because they were getting too smart for their own good and starting to cause problems. But there was one little companion bot named Tim21 who was left over, and when his signal comes up, the entire galaxy goes on freaks out because they're trying to find him and all this stuff, and it's super super good, and it's really good to be and it's really cool to see it in the perspective of an android or of a robot that's being hunted down and doesn't really understand why or the history because he was asleep for decades when the whole android robot killing was going on. And this is really really good as well. I recommend both of these graphic novels so much. They both have bind-ups. I read the individual comics, but they both have bind-ups at the moment of the first 5 or 6 issues, so I highly recommend picking those up. And finally, a recommendation of adult science fiction, and that is Old Man's War by John Scalzi. My husband read this and really, really enjoyed it, and I was very surprised. I didn't think I was going to like it, but a lot of booktubers had read it and really enjoyed it, and I really did as well. It's about in the future, people who turn 70 or maybe it's 75 are able to join the army. And I don't really want to tell you much after that. You kind of have to figure it out for yourself. My husband told me a little bit too much information and kind of spoiled it on accident for me. So I think it's okay if you go into this book not knowing very much, but I'm telling you, it's so good and a really, really great story. It has a great love story. You just have to read the book. I promise. It's amazing. Read it. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming to my monthly recommendations video. Please check all the links in the description about monthly recommendations and Trina and Kayla, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!